was doing some Christmas shopping the other day and I visited the mall by my house. The mall I visited every Christmas when I was a kid. And let me tell you, it was the saddest sight I have ever seen. This mall, it was a ghost town. I think I explored the whole property and I only saw like 5 stores open, if that. And they had Christmas decorations up, but it was just so empty. They didn't have any music playing. It just felt like I was transported to one of those liminal spaces or like the back rooms. Even if I just show you this image on screen, if you live in Orlando, you'll know exactly what mall this is. And I think the saddest part of my trip was passing by the only vendor in the middle of the mall, and it was one lady whose whole purpose was to wrap people's Christmas gifts for them. And there was just nobody there to give her gifts to wrap. She was just sitting there by herself in this empty, quiet mall. And it made me think like, wow, Christmas is such a depressing holiday now. And I know that this experience isn't indicative of the entire holiday for everyone. I'm pretty sure it has to do with just my mall and just falling apart due to poor management. But this made me think of a conversation I've been having with a few friends that Christmas isn't whimsical anymore, at least as an adult. It's almost as if the Christmas magic was heavily carried by our parents when we were growing up. And it's true. If your parents didn't do much for you as a kid to instill Christmas as a special season, this time of year might just fly by and you won't think too much of it. But that's not what this video is about. I'm no Scrooge. Christmas is my favorite time of year, even as a Florida native, where we get no snow, but those 2 weeks out of the year where we get a 40-degree cold front is what I live for. Okay, but I was having this conversation with my lady while we were going over what we were getting each other's families for Christmas, and we just started laughing for like 15 minutes because when we sat down and really thought about what we were buying, how sad everyone's gifts were. Like, for example, my sister-in-law, right? I was asking my brother, like, hey, what can I get her? And he gives me a Christmas list off of Amazon, and the options I had were either therapy insoles for her shoes or a bonnet. Like, where's the whimsy? Like, I checked my brother's Christmas list after he sent me it, and this guy wants guitar picks, a guitar strap, and a stand for his PS5 controller. Like, are these not sad for anyone else? Like, I remember I used to ask for like the big Lego sets, the intricate Hot Wheels tracks, the Bionicles, the Jeep that you can drive around on the street as a kid. They were fun on my lists. The Spider-Man helmet with the light up eyes with web shooters, that was just silly string. Come on. Like now I know, like, no adult is asking for Hot Wheels courses or Lego sets. Okay, we're grown as hell. I get that. But it's so sad that there's just not that much cool stuff to ask for as an adult. And if you do add whimsy, you kind of just feel weird. Like, am I normal to be asking for this? Like, aren't I too old? But obviously you could just chalk that up to understanding that random people's opinion doesn't matter as long as you're happy with what you get. But still, I don't know, it's just funny to think about. Like, for Christmas, I'm getting my dad this thermometer for his meats when he cooks steak or pernil or whatever, I got him a meat thermometer. like I guess that's cool now, but I don't know. Like, I think it just boils down to Christmas needing an entirely different approach as an adult. It's not really the same holiday as when we were younger. And it sounds obvious, but it's surprising the people I've had this conversation with and they just didn't get it. But Christmas gifts, to be specific, were more exciting as a kid because we had no money. As children, we didn't really have money like that. And if your family wasn't loaded in cash, Christmas was the one time of the year where you had an excuse to go all out with asking for random stuff you never would get on a random Tuesday throughout the year. And there was the mystery if you were even going to get what you asked for because you didn't see the Amazon order list. Or if you were poor. Like, I unfortunately got 3 of my wish listed gifts spoiled because I saw that they were ordered when I checked the status of my gifts. But yeah, that's what you get when you share an Amazon account. But like as a kid, I'd only get a new game or 2, maybe like twice out of the year, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. But that would be closer to the holiday season because, Black Friday and Christmas and stuff. Same with clothes. I only get new clothes when it was back to school season. But now as adults, we all have jobs. We're all bringing a little more cheddar to the table than we were when we were kids. So we could just buy whatever we want now, whenever we want. 9-year-old me would combust on the spot if he saw the endless abyss That is my Steam library backlog. You know, like if I see clothes, I just buy it. If there's technology I want, I don't ask for permission. I just go get it. A few months ago, I was depressed about something. I don't even remember right now. So I just treated myself to a Steam Deck. You know, and that's just the privilege of being an adult now instead of a kid. You know, we don't have to wait all year to get what we want. So by the time, you know, the end of the year actually rolls around, we basically have everything and just have to think of something random we'd want just because we're supposed to ask for gifts on Christmas. If anyone else has a different tradition instead of gifts, let me know in the comments. But that's why I laughed when I bought somebody a bonnet for Christmas this year or a meat thermometer. It's just funny seeing what people come up with when asking for Christmas presents when they already have everything they want. But that's all though. You know, I don't think Christmas is a depressing holiday. I think it's a good season to spend with loved ones, go outside with a nice crisp air. You can view it as commercialized, and while it mostly is, it's the one time of the year where you have a good reason to just be a little nicer to the other person, right? And it's another excuse to get together with your friends and families. You know, white elephant gift exchanges, secret Santas. Christmas as an adult is more expensive. It's more time consuming going out and getting the gifts, but it's also rewarding too, being able to replicate that magic from when you were a kid of giving someone the gift they really wanted and seeing that reaction. My fiance brought up this good point that her doing all of her Christmas shopping and running around made her more grateful for her mom as a kid because she wasn't doing the Christmas shopping, the mom was, and now she sees firsthand the absolute nightmare and headache it is finding parking at Target and trying to find a gift when everything has been bought. And it made you more appreciative of your parents because they went through that same headache for you when you were little. But it's all about tradition now, you know. I know in my house, Home Alone and The Polar Express are in constant rotation in the living room. I just can't escape those theme songs, but I'm okay with it only because it means that we're in that time of the year. So I make an exception. The holiday exclusive dishes start entering the dinner rotations, and it's awesome. For my Venezuelans out there, if you know what ayacas are, or pasteles for my Puerto Ricans, we're getting that every other day in this house right now. So the only thing making Christmas depressing is all the money I'm spending. Other than that, it's great. Even with all the headaches of going out and trying to buy your gifts while everyone outside seemingly forgot how to drive or have any public etiquette. But speaking of buying gifts, I have more gifts to buy, so I'm going to wrap it up and go to Target. But this may or may not be my final commentary of this year. So in case it is, I want to say thank you so much for an incredible 2025. This has been an amazing year for this channel and just for myself, and I appreciate all of you who watch these videos and listen to me yap and leave comments about it. 2026 is a big year. That's the year we're getting married. Yes, it's going to be very expensive, and I'm horrified. But until then, Merry Christmas, have a Happy New Year, and I will see you in 2026. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and be well.